Hi Liz.
Hi Becky.
Liz, can you tell me what you understand about your illness and how it's progressing?
Well, I've been in and out of hospital, as you know. I've been, how's it, 5 times in just a number of months, and I'm getting really breathless. I get scared. I do get scared and panicky, and I get a bit terrified. I feel when I'm breathless like that I'm going to die. And I just think as well, I've got a bit of a yellow tinge to my skin today. I just don't think I'm as well. I just know I'm not.
So how can you see the future going for you?
Well, I just think I'm going to get worse. You know, I'm going to get worse. Because I've been around other people who've died of cancer, and I've seen it. So I know I'm getting worse. And I don't want to keep coming into hospital, because I said to you last time we talked, I want to be at home. You know, it's really important to me that I'm at home.
And I think you're right, Liz. I do think that you're right to be concerned that you aren't getting any better, and that things are changing, and they are actually getting worse for you. We as a team feel that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought as much.
Yeah.
Thought as much.
And it must be really worrying for you.
It is. It's quite difficult to hear somebody else, but it's in at the same time it's a bit of a. It's reassurance I'm not going out of my mind, because that's what I thought. I thought that.
And have you ever thought about, what's going to happen as you get more unwell? Have you thought about that? Is it something that you'd like to talk about? Because, it's always helpful, like you said, getting things off your mind. It's always helpful to talk about it. And then it allows you to make those decisions for what's best for you, not have a medical team making the decisions.
No, that would be really helpful. It would.
So, considering your recent admissions and the way you describe what's been happening to you, it does seem like your condition has deteriorated quite significantly.
Yeah.
Certainly since last month, I see a huge change in you.
Okay.
And I think it's time that we did start actually, Liz, focusing more on comfort. Okay, I think that has to be our priority for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. I can see, but I suppose I hadn't really thought along those lines. All I know is I want to be home, but I hadn't thought about that. But it's hard to know what to think. It's just hard to know what to think.
So, Liz, I'm sorry, I know it must be a shock for you, and I do appreciate it, but it's very difficult. And I can assure you that we'll do everything we can to keep you comfortable as possible. That will be our priority. But with that in mind, there are some procedures that we do that would not be helpful for you. Okay. And one of those would probably actually cause you more harm than do you good, and that would be restarting your heart in the event of a cardiac arrest. In the event that your heart stopped working, if we tried to restart it, it would cause you harm. I want you to have a think about that, okay? I don't know if you've ever thought about resuscitation.
I hadn't, but it makes sense what you're saying. It does make sense what you're saying. I wouldn't want anything to make me feel worse, because I've got to be honest with you, Becky, I'm exhausted and I've had enough. And I wouldn't want anything to make me feel worse. No, I definitely wouldn't. It just takes a bit of getting your head around it.
I mean, it must be quite mind-blowing. So after having that kind of conversation, how does that make you feel?
So because I want to go home.
Yes.
I want to go home. So is this something that we can organise for home as well? Because I don't want to come back.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, if it's all right with you, I need to do some paperwork and put it in place. And that paperwork tells everybody involved in your care that you do not want resuscitated. And what you do is when you go home, you take that paperwork with you,
Yeah.
and it becomes yours so that you can show it to the teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all right if I do that?
That'd be fine. I think that would probably help my family, because I'll talk to them about it, because it'll be difficult, but I'll talk to them about it, because it's not what I want. I don't want to be in and out, and I don't want anything to happen to me to make me feel worse, because like I've already said to you, I'm absolutely exhausted, and I've just had enough. But thanks, Becky. Thanks for that.
Very good.